Hi guys, I'm here. I'm just opening up a new glue. All right, let's take this off here. Hi guys, what's up? Let me switch you guys over here. There we go, is that better? Hi everybody, we're here, we're live in the glitter pit. It is Wednesday, 3 o'clock. You guys are supposed to be here, right? 1 minute after 3, actually. Look, you guys, I got my phone working. We figured out what the problem was. It was nobody was doing anything, and it wasn't my cable company. It wasn't my Wi-Fi. We have a little desk in our kitchen, and we had some stuff on it, and it hit the button. So, just a simple little fix, right? But man, it's so great to have my phone back. All right, everything's doing good. Can you guys hear me now? All right, so it's still showing me on my, welcome to the glitter pit. You know what? It was weird because when I clicked to go live, it said YouTube doesn't have enough video. So it might buffer. I don't know what that's about. All right. Is everything good? Give me the thumbs up. I can see your comments. I'm so happy about it. All right. Yay, there we go. All right. I got some hearts. Thank you, everybody, for the hearts. All right. Yay! We are cooking with gas today. All right, so I did pick a winner from last week's card. Remember the double flat panel card? And it was, let me see, I got the email here, but I found out who it was. It is Trina Robertson 7692. And she's a downline, she's a glitter queen. So Trina, I didn't know that was your email. And you know what? I have so many people that have like the same name. So I just wanted to make sure that, that's why I wrote the email or the screen name down to make sure we had the right person. So I'm going to send you this card here. Let me put you guys in picture. So I'm going to send you this card. I did finish it. I added the extra gold. This one might be a little extra pricey. I got to go to the post office tomorrow, so I'll get the postage. And I know you're my postage girl, so whew, I hope I do it right. Or I should say I hope they do it right. Love this card. All right, so I will get that sent out to you tomorrow morning. I'm going to be going out and doing a bunch of stuff tomorrow. So tomorrow night is, we're going to be leaving for the hotel. So we got an early flight Friday morning. So I won't be here live. I've already filmed a premiere video. So that's all set. Everything is rocking and rolling. Everything is scheduled, written up. Everything is doing good. So that's a big load off my mind, right? So join me for the premiere video next week. I'm so excited. It's a really cute fun fold again. And this week's card might look familiar, but we're using brand new goodies. This is the stamp set called Friendly Foliage. It's so beautiful, you guys. So we're going to make this cute little step card. Such a clever little fun fold. And it's really super easy to make. And then also on today's printable, remember the bundle, recipe bundle, you're going to get this week's card sketch, which is super cute. It's got a lot of gold accents with that, is it the Peaceful Garden? Hold on. What is the design? Elegant Pines Snowflakes. I've been using a lot of that Peaceful Garden, but this is this week's card sketch. Number $3.99. Next week is $400. I'm so excited. Wait till you see next week's card. It's so cute. All right, so the printable for this week is $3.99 card sketch and the Get Well Soon Step Fun Fold card. Okay, so let me go ahead and put this onto. Everything is listed down below in the description box. So you guys can get that. And then also the blog will go live tomorrow, so you can get all the information over there as well and see all the pictures of the cards, all right? Because I have a couple extra cards for you to check out today. And then we got our brand new November, the Creativity Files tutorials. They are ready. And I'm going to hopefully spend some time tomorrow afternoon and get all my thank you notes and everything caught up. I want to turn my light on. Is that too much? We'll wait till we turn the camera over. All right, so everybody's has placed a $400, no, $40 order. See, $40 is so much better. It's at least $40 order. $40 order gets you the 8 tutorials, and these are step-by-step with pictures, instructions. They're so cute, you guys. So 8 projects. Everything's written out for you, so you can have a lot of fun creating all these little fun, like fall. There is a treat holder. I think there's a couple fun folds in here too. But they're kind of like Thanksgiving and fallish themes, so you'll like those. We also sell them for $10.95 over on my online store, so you can check that out. Remember, I've had a few questions about that shop. So when you purchase a download, whether it's the tutorials for the printable bundle that we do every week, you know, the card sketch and the card that we make, or if it's a PDF of a class, or like the tutorials here, the creativity files, you sign in with your email that you use to purchase the tutorials, all right? And then in your account, there should be a downloadable file. That's where all your downloads go. And then once you open up that file, then that's where you get all the files to save them to your computer and print them and all that, okay? Pretty easy. Just use the same login that you purchased the tutorials with to go back into your account, all right? I still got a cough, but I'm much, much better. All right, so online exclusives for November just launched yesterday, you guys. These are so awesome. This is the brochure. Remember, we all kind of fussed over it about Stampin' Up! Not giving us at least a printable for the items that were for sale, because a lot of us like that paper document, like a mini catalog or a annual catalog. So this is the next best thing. So these are really nice brochures. Let me take my face off here. Hold on. Of course, I'm talking. That makes it worse. All right, let me get a cough drop in my throat. All right. So these you can print off. I got this in the newsletter, so you guys can print it and put it in your mini catalog or your annual. And, excuse me, this is the bundle that we're using today. And it is in the new packaging. So you'll notice that, all right? So go ahead and print that off. I think I have this link over on my blog too. It's on there every day now, so you can go over there right now and get it. And you can also go there tomorrow morning, okay? All right, so are we ready to stamp? Hi, Cindy. Teresa, she's here. So we got Teresa and Irene. They're our moderators. You'll see their names are in blue with the little wrench. They have control to kick people out, put them in the corner, but they're very nice. They're my moderators for the YouTube channel to keep everybody on the straight and narrow, right? All right, so let's go ahead and start making this card. I'm going to try to be quick today just because of my throat. It's not really my throat. It feels like it's just, I was very congested earlier this week, but now I feel like it's just a cough. So it's really not my throat. It's just, it started with my throat, but now it's a cough, of course. All right, so I did do a little bit ahead, but I'm going to show you exactly what we did, or what I did. Okay, so your cardstock, I'm using the Secret C. And this is cut at your typical card base, which is cut at 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. Okay. And then your piece of basic white, this is going to make the fun fold part of your card. This piece is cut at, wait, now let me see. What is this cut at? 8 by 5 1/4. Okay, so 8 or 5 1/4 by 8, and then I have some scrap for stamping. So let's grab our paper trimmer. We're going to score this piece of basic white. so happy I can see everybody's comments. Thank you guys for your patience while we figured out what was going on. All right, so on the 8-inch side, we are, no, I don't need this open. All right, we're gonna score at 2.5, 4 1/4, and 6. Oh, I don't need that open. I keep forgetting that 6 is right here. Okay, so this is going to be your 2-inch end. This is your 2.5-inch end. So the 2.5-inch end is the card that's going to be the inside part right here. Okay? Sorry for the buffering. I don't know. YouTube did give me a message on my switcher that said somehow YouTube isn't giving me enough video, or giving YouTube enough video. So I don't know exactly what that means. But as soon as I went in and I clicked it, then it said, okay, you're ready to go live. So I don't know. Maybe it's just going to fix itself. All right, so we're just going to fold all the score lines. I'm going to show you how this card is going to be folded to put into the card. So this is the way the card's going to go into the base of the Secret C. I'm going to show you that from the top view. So remember, this is your 2.5-inch score line right here. That first one that we made. So that's the fold. This is the way it's going to go inside of the card. Okay, just like that. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and die cut the front of our card. Let me get my base. And then I have my, this is the Peaceful Garden designer paper. This paper, is that it? Peaceful Garden designer paper, yes. Yes, this is it. This is all I have. And you can tell I've been loving this paper. So this is the designer paper. This is all I have left. Needless to say, I need to get more, right? So this is that paper. This is in the Holiday Mini, or yeah, the Holiday Mini. This side would be pretty too with this friendly foliage. But this is the one we're using today. But look at all these. Now this also has a coordinating stamp set and die, which I did not get. I just got the paper. But it is pretty. They're all gorgeous paper designs. All right, so that's the Peaceful Garden. And this piece is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. Now, I made a couple of these cards. And I will say, because we've made this card in the past, I want to say just put adhesive around your 4 edges. But this die that we're using today is kind of large. It's this square right here from the Textured Notes. This is the item number right here, 165555. Pretty easy. But this is the rectangle that we're going to use for the card. So I don't feel like the one little edge is going to be enough, because with this cutting out such a big window, I want to make sure all the inside pieces are going to be stick down too. So this might be a card where you just have to cut another piece of the Secret C, which is what I'm going to do with this piece right here. With that one. And then I already got the next layer down is with the cloud cover, which is this right here. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and add this card together, and then we'll do some die cutting. Okay, so we're going to put adhesive. I'm going to put adhesive on all 4 sides, but I'm going to go in a little bit because I want to, like I said, I want to make sure that this is going to get caught. Here, I got to fix my adhesive. I want to make sure it's going to get caught on the, oh, well, that wasn't good. All right, let's see if that fixed it. If not, I'll have to get another roll. I think I have another adhesive over here. I know this happens to everybody too. I've heard it. There we go. I guess I fixed it. Oh, nope, I spoke too soon. All right, let me get another piece, another adhesive over here. I thought I had another one, but maybe I don't. You know what I do have? You guys remember this? Hold on. You guys are going to laugh. Oh no, I have this right here. This is almost out though. All right, so I'm just gonna go in a little bit more on the inside, just so that I can make sure that this paper is gonna actually stay down once I die cut it, that window out. So you can see here, I went a little bit, I don't know, I think I went in about an inch. Put this on the front of the card. So pretty. All right, now we're gonna grab our die cut machine. I have everything set up today, except for my adhesive. All right, so on our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, you're gonna use your platform number 1, your shim number 2, and your 2 acrylic plates that are number 3. And the numbers are right up here in the top right corner. And I have a piece of Post-it note tape. So I'm gonna show you something here. Now, when I'm cutting this, specifically this shape or bigger, it's always good when you're cutting it out on the die cut machine is just to kind of cockeye it a little bit so it won't be so hard to go through your machine. But in order to do that, I gotta put it straight on my card first. So line it up perfectly, right where you want it. I'm going to put some post-it note tape here. That looks pretty good. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the card a little bit. I'm going to actually come down here. Okay, right there. And then when I crank that through there, making sure not to get that twisted up into the card. And of course it's gonna be, I'm gonna crank this through a couple times because it is cutting through the cards. See, now it's hard because it's straight on. Okay, I think that's good. I just wanna make sure that's cutting out really good and I want that decorative edge, right? All right. I'm going to get that die cut machine back out here in a minute. Let me take my Post-it tape off here very carefully. The thing with cranking it through a couple times is it gets really sticky. Hold on. I can't even grab it. There we go. I just don't want to rip my designer paper either, you know. There we go. Okay, perfect. All right, let me see if this actually glued on the edge because you could reuse this secret C if there was no glue. See, there's glue on that now. So these two pieces are glued together. I can't separate them. But I do have another one already die cut along with the cloud cover. So this is the exact same die right here. I just cut out another one by itself, okay? All right, perfect. All right, now we're gonna take our piece of basic white that we scored, remember? And this is the way the card is gonna go inside of the base. But remember, the 2.5 inch side here is gonna be the inside part of the card where you're gonna be writing. And we're only gonna put adhesive on this 2.5 inch side on the back side. That's the only place you're gonna put adhesive for right now. And this card should be measured 4.5. That should be, this is not gonna be, this is too big. Wait, is this the 2 side? Yeah, that's the 2.5 inch side. Did I measure, did I score this right? 2.5, 4.25, and 6. Am I folding this right here? I don't know why that's not fitting in there. Did I cut this half? I bet you I didn't. I was supposed to cut it at 8 inches, 5 1/4 by 8. Oh yeah, it's cut by 8. So what did I do? 2 1/2, 4 1/4. Maybe it was 4 1/2. Let me see. Let's just try it here. 2 1/2, 4 1/2. Let's try that. And then 6. Right, so this is going to be the extra fold here. Maybe the measurement was wrong that I wrote down. Okay, let's see this. This is going to go like this. I think it's going to make it bigger, isn't it? Yes. All right, hold on. We got to check my card. We got to check this card here. So let me get my measurement here. Nothing like a little pause in the middle. All right, so this is scored at, this is 2 inches. This is, okay, let me see here. 2 1/2. 4 1/2. And 6. So it is 4 1/2, not 4 1/4. All right. I'm going to change it. It's 2 1/2 by 4 1/2, and then 6. Let me make sure. Did I get another piece of basic white over here? All right. So this is 6. And then 7, 8. Yes. All right. So let me go grab another piece of basic white. Hold on. No worries. We'll figure it out. All right, got my piece of basic white. This is going to be cut at 5 1/4. 5 1/4 by 8. Oh, by 8. Okay, now we're going to score this at 2 1/2. 4 1/2. And 6. Okay. And this is going to go like this. That already looks better. Okay. This should be 4. Yes, that's it. That's the measurements that we're scoring. So 5 1/4 by 8. If you've already purchased the tutorial, just make a note that it's not 4 1/4, it's 4 1/2. Sorry. All right, so now we're going to put adhesive only on this 2 1/2 inch backing of this base of this white. Okay. I'm going to reinforce these fold lines really quick. That one, just like that. Okay, so now this is the way the card is going to go into your base. Same idea. We just cut it down. We scored it different, all right? So this is the way the card's going to go into the base. And this layered, when it folds up, should measure about 4 inches. Yes, it does. 4 by 5 1/4. So it's going to fit inside of your base of your card. So when you're putting in that 2 1/2 inch side at the bottom, you're going to line this edge up towards the score line. And then you should have your layering sections around your card like that. But that's the only piece that's going to be adhered down right here. Okay? And then when you fold the card shut, This is where we're gonna put our adhesive to put our rectangle, but I need to get some more designer paper here. That's what I brought that over for. Okay, so we're gonna cut this Peaceful Garden piece at 5 inches. And you're gonna cut one at 1 3/4 and 1 1/4. We're gonna decorate the panels for the inside of the card. Okay? So this is gonna go here. Let me show you where these are gonna go. Okay, so this 1 3/4 piece is gonna go right here. And then this 1 1/4 inch piece is gonna go right here. Okay, so I'm gonna put those on with liquid glue. I just opened up a new glue. It's gonna be nice. Just don't want to overly squeeze it. Making sure it's directional, going the right way. So this is the 1 3/4 by 5. And then this is 1 1/4 by 5. I love Secret C. It's so pretty. I'm getting really addicted to it, actually. All right, so then this is the way the card's going to fold, right? But you're going to fold this back onto itself because we're going to glue this part to this card over here. It's going to glue to the bottom edge of the front of the card. So, no, it's not. Sorry, cancel that. I got to fold this way. If you guys aren't confused by now, watch one of my older videos. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my liquid glue, and I'm going to put it right around the bottom edge of my frame. You don't want to go up too high because remember, this is only 2 inches. So whenever you're closing the card, you don't want to go above this section right here because then it's going to glue to the whole card, okay? So I'm just going to put a little glue here and along the bottom. And then go up. Now we can always add more on the sides if we want, if it needs to go up higher. So fold your card flat with this flap laying flat, and then fold over your card. Is that right? Yeah. Yes. And then this is the way the card's going to open up like this, right? Yes. All right, I've had so many things on my mind this week. It's amazing I'm even here, to tell you the truth. All right, so now you can see here, if you need to add a little bit more glue, see how there's a little gap there and a little gap here? I'm going to add a little bit more glue along that edge, just to bring up that window. Just hold that there for a couple seconds. Okay, what's the weight that you guys need to know? All right, I'm out of the loop here. Hopefully you guys are getting your questions answered. Thank you, Irene and Teresa. All right, so then this is the card. Right, so let me show you here. So this is where the inside here gets stuck to the front of the card. You can see that, right? And now we're going to take that frame. This is the exact same frame that we cut out with that rectangle. And you can sit this right inside of that cutout. But we're only going to attach it to this side over here. Okay? So again, I'm going to use my liquid glue. Just add a little bit here onto that pretty designer paper, and then take your frame and set that right into your cutout. Just hold that there. I got a commercial. And then when you open up the card, this is where it's going to open up on the inside too. Isn't that clever? Once we figured it out. All right, now let me show you the stamping part of this new stamp set. I figured out what one of the dies does. And I'm going to show you what it does because it's amazing. And then this is your, let me go ahead and put this on the front of my card so I don't lose that. This is the cloud cover. This is just going to be a layer for the front with the Secret C right here. Okay, so let me show you. This is the die in the stamp set. I just don't want to just press this down a little bit longer. All right, so then this is the stamp set. Friendly foliage. I don't know if this is actually the stamp set or the die. I think this is the stamp set. Yeah, this is the stamp set. Now, I've been seeing how to do these stamps in here. Now, if you guys want me to show you how I did it or how they do it or how we're going to do it, I can give you a demonstration at the end of the hour, all right? Please remind me. I already got my stamps on a block. And then the dies are right here. See, the packaging is exactly the same and they're in these envelopes. I feel like I still want to put my dies on a magnet board just because I'm not going to want to open these every single time to get them out. So this is the die that's going to cut the whole image out. But this one, I was really curious on what that does. So I'm going to show you what that does. And then we can decide which one you guys want me to use. All right? Move my acrylic plate there. All right, so I do have some basic white here. And we're going to use our Secret C classic ink. And this is the stamp. It's a fairly large stamp. Not super large, but I got to straighten it out here. Hold on. I need to clean my blocks again. Since the retreat, they're kind of dirty. All right. So we're going to stamp this in Secret C. I'm going to actually stamp two. So I'm going to show you what it does with both of these dies. I should have my mat over here. My paper, my Stampin' Pierce mat. All right, so there's one. And there's two. So we'll die cut both of them, but one of them I'm going to do both of the dies. Okay. And then I'm going to use the Get Well Soon. Remember last week we kind of condensed this banner die here? I'm going to do the same thing for this, for the front. And then the Thinking of You is what I'm stamping on the inside of my card. So let me go ahead and do that. And Secret C. Thinking of You. So pretty. All right, let me grab my die cut machine again. I'll show you what these dies do. It's pretty awesome. All right. We got the same sandwich here. 1, 2, and both 3s. All right, so let me just cut out this shape here. I'm gonna cut this one out first. Let me get my Post-it note tape. This is the Post-it note tape, what it looks like. I think I got this on Amazon a long time ago. All right, so I want to make sure this stays put. Right about there. Okay. Did I cut that one out? Okay, so this is what this looks like with just the shape cut out. There we go. With just that one. Isn't that pretty like that? But wait, it gets better. All right, let me remove this here. We're going to recut that out. But first, I'm going to cut the center pieces right here. For this piece right here, I'm going to show you what that does. All right, so we're going to line this up with the image. as good as I can without putting my head in the camera there. All right, I'm gonna put my Post-it note tape on. This is really awesome, this piece right here. All right. Okay, so look, this is gonna remove the inside. Hold on, let me pop them all out. It's so awesome. That's why I didn't really want it to move anywhere, because look how awesome that is. It cuts that out, the center. Can you see it? It's like see-through there. So if you ever wonder how they cut that center out, that's how they did it with this one that's in the die collection. It's pretty awesome. And then you would just go ahead and, I don't know if you could actually cut these together. I feel like I want to see exactly what I'm die cutting, you know, with both of them. I'm going to just not use my Post-it tape and see if I can do this. It's very clever the way they did it, you know. And look. So here's the question. Do you guys want me to use the one that you can see through? Isn't that beautiful? Look, so here you can see the cloud cover through the frame, right? And then this is my first one that we didn't do that with. You can just see the basic white through it in the front. So you want to make this one today with this one? I love it. So you can see both of them that way. Want to do that? Let's do it. But you can see how they both look different, right? I really like it. It's just that little added oomph, you know? All right, so we're going to use the cutout window. I'm just going to add some liquid glue. Now, on my first card, I added dimensionals, but, well, I guess I could add some mini dimensionals. Let's do that. Because then that way you can really see through the card. It won't look so flat. Let me just randomly put these dimensionals in the right spot, right? So you want to put them on those leaf places where you're not going to be able to see them. Not really so much on the frame part, but on the, there's a little piece there. So you're just gonna, let me put another one over here. Right here. So I'm just putting the dimensionals, the mini dimensionals, just randomly around the little foliage areas. And then that's going to be popped up over the cloud cover. And then it will give it some height so you can see that you can see through it. Love it. So pretty. Ooh, I love it so much more. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? All right, now we got to still die cut out another thing. I forgot to die cut out my greetings. So let's grab the die cutting machine again. I could have just brought my mini one over. All right. All right, so we're going to cut out this Get Well Soon. And I'm using the Stylish Shapes for this one right here. It's more of a narrower banner. And we're going to cut this down here. Hold on, let me get my scissors. Don't need that big old piece of white in there. All right. So we're gonna, see now this is almost too big for the front of my card, because then when the card opens, yeah, I'll show you after I cut it the first time. But I'm gonna cut it more on the end, closer to the Get Well, okay? We did this last week too. This is a refresher course. Because sometimes you need the greeting to be smaller. And I could have hand cut it, but I like the stitching that the Stylish Shapes give us. All right, so now if you just cut this shape like this, it's too big for this window, right? Because I'm going to be popping this up on dimensionals too. So it's going to be too big to go through this window here. So I wanted to cut it down a little bit. So I cut this edge close down by the soon, and now I'm gonna really condense it down with the, down by the get. Right there. See, now this is way smaller. So now look how cute it looks here. Now it fits perfect. See it? Ta-da! All right, I think we're done with the die cut machine now. All right, let's get some dimensionals. Get the larger ones. I'm just gonna put 2 on here. 1 on each end. So pretty. But doesn't that look nice with that paper too? That peaceful garden? It's matchy-matchy. All right, I'm just going to put this right in the center here. Because see, then it won't interfere with me opening up the card. Get well soon, thinking of you. And then, of course, you could add some embellishments, which I didn't bring over any. But rhinestones would be pretty on those, like every other of those leaves. Beautiful. All right, just gonna clean up my desk here, and I got my other 2 samples I want to show you. And then we're gonna stamp this stamp set. Now, I want to show you too, I might want to go get another, well, I can just grab one of my old retired sets over here. I'm gonna put these sets, you want to keep this piece and the hard plasticky piece. Let me get my chamois. Clean my stamps. The ideal time to do all this is right when you get the stamp set, because it's exactly the way it came. So there's like no question. Where's my other stamp? Right here. So, but I've used it. So I'm going to put it back onto my hard plastic here in a second. And we'll just pretend it's a brand new stamp set, right? I didn't even use it. All right, so let me grab a stamp set over here. Let me see a good one that shows you guys the images. All right, that one's not good. All right, I need to go into my office and get one. Hold on. I should have grabbed it when I first came out. This one's a good one. Okay, I needed to show you the stamp set so you guys can understand why we're doing what we're doing. Okay, so this is that stamp set, Long Time No See. You guys have probably seen some samples I've been posting. All right, so you can see in the stamp set, this is currently the DVD cases, or the DVD cases that we have with our stamp sets. These are going away and going to the skinnier, right? So in our DVD cases, you have the images here. So like when you're putting your images back away, you can actually put them on the case right where they go. This is the great idea that, happy birthday, okay? So these are the stamps that I used. And then this is this is the way the stamp looks, right? If I used all these stamps, I could put them right on this image in the case. But now with the new packaging, we're not going to get that. You're just going to get the stamp with the little packaging, with the cover on the front, but we don't put our stamps on the front, right? So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to show you. Now, I'm just putting these on here randomly, but like I said, if you wanted to do this right when you get the stamp set, that might be the perfect time to do this. I have done a couple. And I did do, I think 1 or 2 with my team when they first launched. Okay, and then we're going to put this Thinking of You. Where does that one go? Hold on. Let me look here. Oh, it's not that way here. All right. All right, let's put this right here. Where am I putting this? Oh, I see a spot. Okay, so we're going to put Thinking of You right here. And then we're going to put Get Well Soon right there. All right, so there's my stamp set, right? And then you're going to get this chintzy piece of plastic, which is what you want to have. So when you actually get the stamp set, it's not going to look like this. Yours is going to look way better than mine. But you're going to have your harder plastic on the bottom and then the flimsy paper on the top. And then these will be in here, right? Okay, so let me clean off my desk because this is going to need some space. Give me some room, right? All right. I'm going to show you the samples here in a second, but we got onto the stamp set, so let's do this. All right, so on your case, what we're going to do is we're going to make a sampling of this, what Stampin' Up! Used to do for us with the DVD cases, all right? So when we put the stamps back, we know they're there. We know we're not missing any, right? Okay, so now first we're going to go ahead and take the hard plastic, flip it over. This is the harder side. And we're going to take some tear and tape. And I'm going to put a couple rows of tear and tape along the back side of the hard plastic. Okay. And then we're going to peel off the backing of the tear and tape. I think I used Smoky Slate for the last few that I've done with my team. Do you guys remember that? Who's here? Is Rena here? Trina, do you remember me doing that video? All right, so this is the hard plastic side. We're going to turn the tear and tape over, and we're just going to set this into our covering. Like that. Press it down. And we still have this cheap, flimsy part, right? All right, so now we're going to take this flimsy part off. Do not throw this piece away. Then we're going to take our, I'm going to use Basic Gray, I think is what I grabbed. Yep, Basic Gray Classic ink. And we're going to ink these images up. Hold on. I guess it doesn't matter. I still see ink on there from the Secret C. All right, so Basic Gray. We're going to ink up the stamp. Now this is just for your record, right? So when you're using a stamp set, when you put it back away, you're gonna know that this goes with that stamp set. All right, so once we ink up the stamp set, we're gonna close the cover over and press it down. So we're stamping all those stamps at the same time onto the front of this cover sheet, right? And then when you lift it up, there's our images of our stamps on the other side, okay? Now, let me get my chamois again. We're gonna clean this ink off of here. Now we're gonna put this flimsy piece back on there. Well, actually not on there. I don't wanna get the paper so wet, sorry. All right, now we're gonna take our, let me see here. Yeah, I'm gonna put this piece, this flimsy piece over the stamp set, and I'm going to put tear and tape on that side, the side that's facing up. So what we just stamped is over here, and now we're putting the plastic piece over the exact same stamp set that we just stamped over here. Now we're putting tear and tape on this flimsier plastic, right? Take off the backing. The tear and tape. now tear and tape's face up. So now we're going to take this cover here and we're going to lay it again down and press that down onto the flimsy paper, right? Okay, so now our flimsy piece has got where the stamp set is, okay? So now look at this. This is what's so cool. So let's say we're stamping, we're creating a card, and we want to put our stamps back in the little cover, right? So we got this stamp here, which is over here. So remember, you're going to put it face down so the flat side is face up, or face down, sorry. The flat side is face up. The image that we're stamping with is face down. So we're just going to put our stamps right where they go on this side after we've used them. Like this one right here. Let's say I just used that. And then wherever the stamps are on here, when we close this over here, the back side where the stamp is, the harder plastic, press that down, and then look, it's automatically going to transfer over to the stamp set. So there's nothing over here now. Don't you love that idea? So let me show you again. So like this one here where the get well is, this is where we wanted to put it, right? So we're going to put it upside down. So the smooth side is facing up. So it's right here on the cheap plastic side. We want to put it over here. Press it down. And then when you lift it, it transfers it automatically over. See, there's nothing over here now. It's all over here. This is where the stamp set is, and all our pieces are there. Ta-da! I love that. And then you can put this back into its case if you want to keep them in the plastic, you know, envelopes. I'm still debating on what I want to do. I do like the dies on the magnet sheet though. So see, we just created our own little like backup thing of the stamps that are in the case. But we did it ourselves with the basic gray and tear and tape. Pretty awesome, huh? All right, so that's your quick tip on the new packaging. And then the dies. See, I don't see myself going into the package every time I need to use a die. I like them really, really easy accessible, like my magnetic sheets are. And Stampin' Storage is selling the larger magnetic sheets. So I might invest in some larger ones. I don't know. So it's up to you however you want to store it. I just got to make the space to do the new storage system. Trying to see if I got a box over here. I know I have a box in my office right now that has the new designs. And they go like this. So they sit up and then I just like flum through them like this. And then I'm putting the dies together with the stamp set as of right now. So when I flip through it, I can see, you know, the cover of the image. See, and this is another thing that we're all going to miss is that currently the DVD case, I know what you guys are thinking. We're going to miss this. These are currently the DVD cases, and they have the name of the stamp set and the images. So currently in my office, I have shelves that have all my stamps like this. And then when I'm stamping, I just kind of tilt my head and I see, oh, this is the long time no see. But now with it like this, I have to actually, you know, flum through the stamps. It's just a new way. That's what I keep telling myself. It's just a new way that we got to get used to it. So it's just going to be different. So that's what I'm doing for right now. I'm just putting them in a box along my desk. And then I feel like once everything does transfer over from the DVD and the red rubber, and then all we have is this, then I can focus more on this style, because right now we're in between everything. So you're going to notice also, because I noticed that there was the gingerbread man. Did you guys see my Facebook? I posted a gingerbread man video. That stamp set is on the discontinued list, but the dies aren't. So I'm assuming that the gingerbread man is getting the new packaging. So I think the new gingerbread man stamp set that's in the holiday mini is getting the new packaging. That's why the stamp is retired, because I don't think the dies have retired yet. I didn't see them over there. So and then also that Darling Dinos, that was on the discontinued list, and then it's in the new packaging now. So if you start seeing a lot of stuff on the discontinued list, just double check. Look on the online search button in the online store and type in just the name instead of the item number, because once an item discontinues and they bring it back in the new packaging, it's going to get a different item number. So look up an item with the name and not the item number. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay. All right. So let me show you these other two cards, the step cards. This is one that, now this one I had fun with because I wanted to make one with the homemade treats. And again, I'm thinking of Jess. But this one I made into a double window. Can you see how that opens up double there? Isn't it cute? And then I made a little cookie sheet here for the littler circle. But I will give you a tip on this. When you're using two images or two shapes, make sure you have enough space between here, because remember what I was saying about making sure you have enough adhesive along the edge so the designer paper stays down. This is especially true when you're putting two shapes close together. So you want to make sure there's enough room there that you can get back in there and add some more adhesive, just to make sure that that's all stuck down good. Isn't it cute? I love it. So, so cute. All right, so there's that one. And then I wanted to use the Festive Friends. You're going to see on my blog post tomorrow that when I show Jess this card, she loves it. She's like, Mom, I want this card. That card, she said, I want for our Christmas card from you and Dad. So I'm like, all right. She's already picked her birthday card and her Christmas card now. She loves this stamp set, actually, and the card that I made with Long Time No See, and it's just the butt. Oh, no, what was it? Yeah, Sorry I'm a Little Behind, and it had the little butt of the wiener dog, and then you open it up and it says Happy Birthday. When she's seen that card at my retreat, because I had it on my display, she's like, Mom, I love this card. I want this for my birthday this year. So I'm like, all right. So I set that card aside, and yeah, she's getting that one for her birthday, and this one's for Christmas. But look, I added Wink of Stella to the Santa, the hat rim, and his little coat, furry coat. And then that tree there, do you guys see all the little white doodle dots I added? I put them on the green stripes, and then also little snowflakes on the tree in the back with the garden green. Can you see that? Probably not. You can see it probably better in the picture tomorrow. So cute. A little snowman. It says, we wish you a Merry Christmas. Doesn't he look like he's holding out his arms? We wish you a Merry Christmas. And Santa's coming to town. Love it. This paper is currently on back order. It's coming. I'm assuming it's coming back. This is the Christmas Tags and More, I believe. It's the 6x6 paper. Thank you, Irene. Love the baking card. It makes a great Christmas card. Thank you, Cheryl. I hear you there. Right. Mario. Hi, Mario. Okay. So, do you guys have any questions about today's video? Sorry, there was a couple mess ups, but I'm going to fix the printable. If you guys have already purchased it, I will resend it to you. All right. And then I will update my file so you'll get the current one if you just give me a few minutes to get in there and fix the printable, because this was the only mistake here. It should have been 4.5, not 4 1/4 on the scoring of the basic white. So this piece right here. Okay, so 4.5 instead of 4 1/4. But an easy fix. All right. All right, so remember, we won't be live next week. Let me turn my light off. We won't be live next week. I do have a premiere video. We're making a really cute fun fold. I've already got it filmed. Everything is good. And that will go live at 3 o'clock next week in the Glitter Pit here on YouTube. So same time, it just won't be live. It'll be a premiere, all right? And I'm really, really hoping to be in the live chat with you guys. I don't know the difference between Las Vegas and Michigan time. What is that, 2 hours? Is it still Mountain Time or is that Pacific? Does anybody live in Las Vegas? It is 4:04 right now. What time would it be in Las Vegas? Would it be 2:04? And if that's the case, I won't be able to make it. I got plans at 2:05. I have to be somewhere at backstage. So if that is the case, I won't be able to make the live, but I'm going to still try, depending on if that is the time. 2 hours back, right? So if it's 4 o'clock here, it's 2 o'clock. 3 o'clock would be 1 o'clock. Oh, maybe I can do it. Yes. All right. Okay. 1:04 for 3 o'clock. Right? So 2 hours. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you, Yoli, Mario, Dawn. You guys are all on the West Coast. I know you know. All right. All right. So I will see you guys, not next week, but the following week. All my team members that are here, we're going to be live tomorrow at 3 o'clock. So I'll be giving you the link for that. And then, so next week we won't be here, all right? All right. Thanks for hanging out with me even through all the little whoopsies. You guys know how things aren't really all that programmed out perfectly. When you're live, you know, things happen, right? Okay, so if you guys have any questions, please text me, email me, call me, whatever. I'm just a call, text, email away. And then I will see you guys here the next week. Love you guys. See you then. Bye.